local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice Beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Millie Johnson, I know you're not bringing them cow trucks, okay?
I do, and they're like me when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Millie Johnson, I know you're not bringing them cow trucks, okay?
I do, and they're like me when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Millie Johnson, I know you're not bringing them cow trucks over here.
I do, and they're like new when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Have you seen an increase?
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Millie Johnson, I know you're not bringing them cow trucks over here.
I do, and they're like new when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Forevermark Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry.
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Millie Johnson, I know you're not bringing them cow trucks over here.
I do, and they're like new when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you were handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Forever Mark Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry.
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Millie Johnson. I know you're not bringing them cow trucks over here.
I do, and they're like new when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you were handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you were handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. Hoping that you're doing well this morning on a Wednesday, and it's brought to you by Pike County Ford on the bypass in Troy, Alabama. And of course, the F-150 is outselling most all trucks across the country, and they've got a great selection of them right here in Troy at Pike County Ford. Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham, cold Birmingham. How cold is it this morning?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. It went from about 70 degrees yesterday to about 37 last night. The cold front's coming in, and I think next couple nights it's going to be around 26, 27, so I'm sure Troy's going to get the same thing. It's been kind of a weird winter so far. It seemed like it was colder in November than it's been in December and January, but I'm sure there's a lot more cold weather to come, but definitely trying to figure out the coaching search at Troy University. Keep on hearing different names, and of course I think they're probably going to have to come to a decision here in the next few days so they can have a coach in place for recruiting. You know, Troy signed 17 guys.
Yeah.
You know, in the early
those guys those guys are they're in the house though, aren't they? I mean, we don't have to worry about those guys, do we?
Yeah, they're signed, sealed, and delivered. But you definitely have got guys that are, you know, in a situation where, you know, they maybe could go to an SEC team, or they might could go to Conference USA or American East, and you know, Troy might be able to find some guys, you know, last minute. And get that recruiting class up to around 24, 25.
Now, I'm not saying that the coach can't get a few of them to take with him, but those would have to be guys that are already on board. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, he could take some guys with him. Of course, you know, Neil Brown is in a situation at West Virginia where, you know, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Will Greer, of course, is going to be a top draft pick at quarterback. A lot of people think he'll go late first round. So, he's definitely in need of a quarterback, and Troy's got a lot of them. You know, I don't know if he'll, you know, get one of these kids to transfer up or how that will work, because Troy's going to have more quarterbacks than I think I've ever seen on their roster. They're going to have Caleb Barker, Sawyer Smith, Gunnar Watson, and then they're going to bring in Jacob Free, the kid from Brantley, and then a guy named Gavin Screws, who, you know, put up a lot of records in Jacksonville, Florida. So,
what do you do? Throw for 80 touchdowns in his career or something like that, or what?
83 touchdowns in his career, which is phenomenal.
Oh, man.
But, very interested to see what Troy's going to do with all these quarterbacks. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a guy did transfer out and maybe go to West Virginia.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, we're talking to Mike.
Troy's definitely in the need for you know, wide receivers, and they got three really good ones in that last or the early signing period. And, of course, you know, you always need more offensive linemen.
How about running backs? Don't you feel like they need they're a little short of running
backs? Definitely need one more running back. The only running back they got was a kid out of Gaston City. So that's going to be a situation where...
So our guy graduates, is that right?
No, B.J. Smith's back.
Oh, he's back, okay.
Yeah, B.J. Smith's back, Javier Austrie-Fry's back, but, you know, Troy needs a bigger, more physical back.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, a guy that's around 6 foot, 230 pounds. You know, they don't really have anything like that. Most of their backs are kind of scat backs. I mean, I think B.J. Smith weighs about 200 pounds, but, I mean, Javier Austrie-Fry weighs about 175, maybe.
Yeah, exactly right. Talking to Mike Amos from Birmingham this morning, and, of course, I want you to call in and ask any questions. I was at a place last night where they, you know, have the Troy basketball show every Tuesday, and Mama Goldberg.
Trojan Talk?
Yeah, it was at Mama Goldberg's, and real nice. And there was a writer there from Morgantown, Mike, who wanted to find out all he could about Troy and find out all he could about Neil Brown.
Well, did you talk to him?
I talked to him a little bit, and he didn't ask me a lot of questions, but we talked a little bit, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good that you know, they're trying to, I guess, find out more about their new coach, and the fans overall, from what I hear and what I've read, are, you know, extremely excited about the hire, and he was their choice all along. So I think it's one of those situations where they can't be happier. I guess they're just trying to figure out who's all coming with him. You know, we don't know that either right now.
No, we
don't know if Dick Koning for sure is going, or Matt Morse for sure going, or who else in the staff is going. Of course, you know, you got Alpo, and you got you know, Coach Reagan that's been there a long time.
Coach Williams, the wide receiver, has been there a long time.
You got Cornelius Williams, the wide receiver coach. You got Jordan Leslie, defensive line. You got Bam Harmon. I mean, the list goes on and on with these coaches. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all happens. And Troy fans are definitely wanting to know who's staying and who's going.
Yeah. I want to mention Troy Nissan this morning. They have redone their entire place there and has a beautiful, beautiful showroom at Troy Nissan on the bypass right here in Troy, and also Troy Bank and Trust Company. Remember, Troy Bank and Trust Company, the only bank you'll ever need. And, of course, Sisters. What more can I say about Slosters? Is it Sisters, Mike, or is it Slosters?
I think it's Sisters.
And, of course, wonderful food, buffet today, starting with, they have spaghetti on their buffet on Wednesdays, and I love it.
They have it on Wednesdays? Is that what they have?
Yeah, on Wednesdays, yeah. And then they also have their squash casserole on their buffet on Wednesdays, Mike.
Well, that's one of my favorites.
I hope that you're doing well today. Brought to you by Bill Jackson
There's a lot
Chevrolet.
of opinions on the national championship game still, and I was reading one from Alabama's former offense coordinator, Lane Kiffin, was on the Dan Patrick show, and he was saying that he thought that Alabama, as far as if he would have called the game, from what he could see, he said that Alabama made a huge mistake going away from the running game.
That's right.
He said they were averaging 6 yards a carry, getting 9 yards, 10 yards, 9 yards, 10 yards, and he said he couldn't believe that they went away from it. He said due to the fact the defense was playing so poorly, he was surprised that Coach Saban didn't want to try to run more clock.
Yeah.
And but it's one of those situations where I think Alabama had so much talent on offense this year that they were so pass happy that they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do in that game.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of shocked they were able to run against that great defensive front like they were.
Well, that's
when it comes down to the red zone offense, that's when you run the ball. In my opinion, is down there on the goal line.
That's right.
That little flip pass that Tua ran down there at one time, that was so poorly executed.
And then
and I'd never seen them run that play all year.
Yeah,
which
that's right.
most even high school kids can execute that play.
It's called the Selma pass or the Whoopie pass. Suge Jordan.
Only good thing about it is it's incomplete if they drop it.
Yeah, and like you said, Clemson came back, ran the same play, and it was executed perfectly.
A lot of people were complaining about Josh Jacobs too. Not getting the ball more on the goal line. They couldn't stop the Wildcat the whole game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I think they're just shocked for us to score. I think Alabama fans.
Was Alabama in the red zone 4 or 5 times and didn't score? Do you know?
They were in there 4 times, but maybe they were in there 5. Maybe 4 times, and then on that fake field goal, they were right outside.
Yeah, that's right. And of course,
but everybody's complaining about the fake field goal. They think that that Saban was out of his mind trying that with Mac Jones and
they said the guy,
his lead blocker was the kicker.
and Mike, the guy, the quarterback from Jacksonville that was in the game at the time for Alabama, they said he kept looking over there. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I think he's probably shocked as well. But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of national people that are really ripping into Alabama. I think they're upset that a lot of people thought this was the greatest team in college football history.
Well, I'll tell you what, it might be
and then going into the national championship, everybody picked Alabama, and the next thing you know, they get blown out.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this: they might better look at this Clemson team as the best team in history. It's won 15 games.
Yeah, the only team that ever won 15 games in a season was some Ivy League school like 100 years ago, Penn or something, I think.
But it's the only Division 1A team that's ever won 15 games. Isn't that right?
Yeah, this is tragic if you're an Alabama fan. This is, 2 times you lost to Clemson now in the national championship game, when you're 14-0. So that still remains that Clemson, that the only undefeated team that Saban has ever had at Alabama is his first national championship at Alabama. 2009 was the only undefeated team.
McElroy was the quarterback, wasn't he?
Yeah, so every other Alabama team had a loss.
Yeah, no question.
And this is also interesting. Yesterday, since the playoff has started, which Alabama's been in the playoff every year, the number one seed in the playoff has never won the national championship. Isn't that crazy?
That is amazing. That is amazing. No question about it.
They've come out now and they say there will be no expansion in the near future, so it's going to stick to 4 teams. So, I mean, you're almost, I mean, Clemson's almost a lock to be in it.
Oh, man. They're loaded. They're loaded. And,
Alabama's going to be really good, but, I mean, they're going to have to, battle Texas A&M. They're going to be a lot better. Georgia and Florida are going to be really good in the East.
Yeah. SEC's going to be much stronger.
You never know what's going to happen with Auburn as well. I mean,
the only 2 teams that I think that are not going to be as well, I think Arkansas is going to be better.
I think Mississippi State's going to be really bad. I know
they don't have a quarterback. You're right. And Ole Miss, I can't see them doing that well either. What do you think?
No, I mean, they're coming off probation, scholarship limitations. I mean, they've got Rich Rodriguez as their offense coordinator, and then they hired McIntyre, that was former Colorado coach, as their defense coordinator. That Matt Luke must have lost all control of coaching that team when they bring in 2 former coaches. One is a defense coordinator, one is an offense coordinator. How in the world this guy has a job in the SEC is just beyond me. I mean, I know he was trying to get them through probation, but I thought for sure they'd make a coaching change.
Yeah. Well,
of course, right now you still have the Temple job that's open. Of course, their coach Manny Diaz decided to go back to Miami when Rick retired, and then you got the Troy job open. So that's the only 2 jobs left in Division I football right now.
And then the Troy job right now is down to 3 different people, and I don't know exactly who these are, but this is where I'm coming from. This came off of Twitter that Troy is going to interview John Summerall, a former linebacker coach for the last 3 years at Troy until this year. He was linebacker coach this year at Ole Miss, and an outstanding young coach, and very familiar with the Troy program. As I mentioned, was with Troy. He was with Ole Miss last year, but with Troy the last 3 years as a linebacker coach and special teams coach. One of those get in your lap type guys, Mike. He's a hard nosed guy, and then of course
it seemed like Troy would with him leaving and going to Ole Miss, it seemed like that would have been a falling out as far as him going to a school. I mean, I know he's going to make more money, but surprised that this guy's a strong candidate that like everybody's talking about. I mean, he left Troy for Ole Miss, still has never been a coordinator. Strange hire to me if they hire him. I mean, I know a lot of people like him, but Chip Lindsey is way more qualified than Summerall is. I mean, Chip Lindsey is a guy that was at Southern Miss as offensive coordinator, at Arizona State as offensive coordinator, at Auburn as offensive coordinator. Now he left Auburn and went to Kansas as their offensive coordinator. Already was a coach at Troy before under Blakeney. Also was a head coach at Spain Park, a big 7A school in Birmingham.
And was coached by another thing was coached by our own Frank Sadler,
Bob Jones.
And Bob Jones, and
but I mean, I can understand. I mean, if Summerall was a coordinator at Troy, or like but not a linebacker coach coming back and getting the job, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. He is a rah-rah guy.
Another guy that's out there,
people
Mike.
in the town love him and everything.
Yeah.
That's a huge jump from not even being a coordinator to coming back and get the head coaching job.
Another man's name that is in the mix is a young man who has been very successful at several places, but he's the offensive coordinator at Tulane. Is that right? Hall?
Yeah.
Hill? Is the last name Hill or Hall?
I think it's Hall.
Yeah, he played quarterback on a couple of national championship teams at UNA. Is that right?
That's right. I think he won the Harlan Hill Trophy.
Yeah. And where is he located now?
I think he's a Tulane offense coordinator, isn't he?
Yeah, but didn't he coach at West Alabama for a while, and he also coached at West Georgia?
Yeah. He's coaching right now at Tulane under Willie Fritz.
And Fritz is the guru, the former Texas coach. What?
I think he was at Sam Houston.
Yeah, Sam Houston State won a national championship there. But
Will Hall is a guy that was at Memphis. He was at Memphis, and they had record-breaking season when he was the offensive coach there. He's been a little bit of everywhere, it looks like. I mean, he's been all over the place.
Sharp guy, real sharp guy. No question.
Here's his coaching experience. Let's see, Will Hall's alma mater, North Alabama. Playing experience, he was at Northwest Mississippi Community College, quarterback, two-time NJCAA All-American. Then he was at the North Alabama from 2002 to 2003. Won the Harlan Hill Award.
And that is equivalent to the
Heisman Trophy.
Heisman Trophy in that league. That is a great honor.
And so this is his coaching experience. 2004 Presbyterian assistant coach quarterbacks. 2005 Henderson State assistant coach quarterbacks. 2006 Southwest Baptist offense coordinator. 2007, golly, he's moved around a lot. Arkansas Monticello offense coordinator. 2008 to 2010 West Alabama offense coordinator. So he got back with Bobby Wallace, his coach at UNA.
Now, Bobby Wallace coached him at UNA, so he's an option type guy then, is that right?
No, he runs the spread.
Okay.
2011, 2013, he was the head coach at West Alabama. Of course, West Alabama was Livingston. And then he moved on to another former school that Troy played in Division II from 2014 to 16. He was the head coach at West Georgia. Of course, that's in Carrollton, Georgia.
Yeah.
Been there many times. And then in 2017,
did he win there? Did he win there? Nobody else has been able to win there much.
Yeah, he won there. Yeah, he had pretty good teams actually.
Yeah.
And then in 2017, he went to Louisiana Lafayette to be the offense coordinator and quarterbacks coach. So he went under Mark Husbeth, but Husbeth got fired and lost his job. So I guess after that, Hall had to find another job. So now he's been at University of Memphis, associate coach and tight end. So he must have just recently went to the offense coordinator at Tulane.
Maybe so, and I'm not positive if that's the case, but he's another guy that's out there that's proven now. I mean, the guy's proven. And
yeah, I mean, I like the head coaching experience. I definitely do. I mean, even though it was at Division II level, but now he's an offensive coordinator.
Another thing, it looks like he's got a real in with the junior colleges, and that means a lot.
He's been offensive coordinator at Lafayette and at Memphis, and now he's offensive coordinator at Tulane. So.
All right, Mike, I'm going to put you on hold a second, if you don't mind, and I will be right back with you. And, of course, now Gilliland, the coach at West Alabama, we know him real well. He was this guy's quarterback. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
And of course, Gilliland is the head coach at West Alabama. And let me put you on hold 1 second. Good morning, you're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Mike, it's Max. How you doing?
Thanks. Good morning. Sorry about that. We had a little problem this morning, and sorry about that, and so glad you're on the line. I'm going to put you on hold and bring Mike Amos in, and we're going to talk a little football. If I lose you, please get right back with me.
All right, Mike.
I think we're on. Are you both on, Mike? Are you on?
I'm on.
Max, are you on?
I'm right here.
All right. We got Max Howell calling in from Fulton, Mississippi. And Max, what do you hear about Troy? Tell us right off the bat.
Hey, there's a list of names out there that I don't know, Mike. I mean, the guys I'm hearing, obviously not on that main list. The first list I saw came out had every vacant coaching vacancy that had just been either resigned or fired. Everywhere from Gene Chiswick to Tommy Tuberville to Urban Meyer. The name I heard early and first on is Chip Lindsey.
Yeah, well, we hear that too. We hear that Chip Lindsey will be interviewed or has been interviewed. I don't know which one would come first.
Jeremy McClain, the Troy athletic director, and Chip Lindsey were together at Southern Miss when Chip Lindsey was offense coordinator.
Right.
What do you know about him, Max? Do you know much about him?
Oh yeah, I watched him when he started off in high school when I was doing radio in Birmingham at Spain High School.
Yeah,
had a great career. Went to Auburn as just an offensive consultant first, then went to Southern Miss. Then somewhere in Louisiana maybe, and then came back to Auburn.
No, he actually went to Arizona State.
Arizona State, that's right. Then came back as an offensive coordinator, or supposedly at Auburn.
Yeah.
I think that's a fictitious position.
But let me just say this. Everybody said, well, Malzahn took over the offense. Well, he's done that ever since he's been there.
Absolutely.
I mean, he hasn't let a offense coordinator go the full run yet, has he?
And never has, and never will.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but he bargained himself in for one more year, and I'll be utterly surprised and shocked if he makes it past next year.
Okay.
I think it's by design. So anyway, Donald, that's another story for another day. But
Yeah.
I think Chip will do a good job. He's got all the contacts. I was just thinking maybe he made one short stop at South Alabama, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, he was in line for the South Alabama job.
That's right. That's what I remember. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he did coach at Troy. He did coach at Troy 1 year, Max, with Larry.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, he was there for 1 year.
I knew he had it with Jeremy McClain. I knew he had that contact at Southern Miss.
Now, Max, this guy is just one of the guys that were going to be interviewed. The other guy is John Summerall at Ole Miss. So what do you think about him? Do you know anything about him?
I don't know. You just got to be careful. That's all I say.
No.
They ain't got that situation straightened out yet.
Can you believe that they brought in 2 former coaches onto that staff, Rich Rodriguez and McIntyre from Colorado? So Matt Luke's, I mean, if he slips up at all, he's got 2 guys ready to take his place.
are ready to blame. Are 2 guys he's ready to blame.
Yeah, you ever looked at Rodriguez's background? Guys, he got fired the last 2 jobs.
I know it.
One for sexual harassment.
Oh, no.
If you go to Ole Miss, give me a break. And then how about the one at Michigan where he left him in a bind with NCAA because of extending the practice days and hours and not following the rules? I mean, come on.
That is shocking they hired him after what happened with Freeze.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that was my whole point, Mike.
Yeah. No question about it. We've got Max Howell, well known throughout this country as one of the top analysts out there. And of course,
what are the people in Mississippi saying about Alabama's beatdown?
Oh, listen, man. The folks in Mississippi loved it. I mean, they hate it for the SEC.
You know, I hate to say this, but I think I'm right. I think it was good for college football.
I don't.
I think somebody needed to beat Alabama, and this guy is a favorite son. This guy is the kind of guy that you like to see win.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. I mean, no doubt about Dabo. He did make a couple of mistakes. That is not the first 15-0 college football program. They need to go back and read the history. There's one in 1938. There's one in 1898. But anyway, that's just a minor technology that I try to keep up with anyway. But hey, bottom line is, though, guys, that Alabama's loss, a lot of it was self-inflicted. They did not prepare. I can give you a complete all-time.
I didn't think they tackled very well, especially in the secondary. I saw guys looking around worried about somebody hitting them from behind.
They didn't know where to line up. That was to say that was self-inflicted. The staff itself. Look, they lost the Ross kid out of Phoenix City because Coach Saban and them let him slip through the crack during all that coaching changes that he has every year.
But I think he thought he had the guy nailed down, and Clemson came in and just took him right out from under him.
And they ignored him for a while. There was a week or two that nobody made contact with him. So and the number one prospect is a wide receiver in the country. You can't ignore them a day. In today's market, you guys know that. You got to see every bit of attention every day of the week.
No question about it.
That's why Saban cleaned house with coaches last year, and then brought in a bunch of top-notch recruiters, and that's why they had the number one.
That's what happened. That's what happened. The coaching change is what did it. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. I don't think it's
Brian Daboll went to the Bills, but he wasn't a big recruiter.
But the guy that was recruiting him at Alabama went to Clemson or went somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he stayed in college. He went to the NFL, I believe.
Yeah.
They had so many coaches they brought in, and then of course Todd LaPloy got promoted up, and they brought in this Pete Golding guy. But Alabama really missed Jeremy Pruitt in that championship game. Well, Pruitt would have called a lot better game.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, but I hate to say this, my phone blew up all night long because I do several shows in the state of Tennessee every week.
Yeah.
And those guys were tickled to death that Butch Jones didn't get a ring.
Well, I'll tell you this. The sad thing about everything, everybody but Alabama fans wanted Alabama to lose.
Yeah, they did.
Everybody but Alabama fans wanted Alabama to lose. And that,
but you know what, Mike?
And I believe that's the SEC schools. Auburn folks wanted Alabama to lose.
Yeah, but you know what, Mike? The same two teams going to be back there next year.
Yeah, probably so.
Go back and look at them.
Yeah.
Both of them got 18 and 19 returning starters.
I told somebody that Alabama's rush would put so much pressure on this guy. And if you remember early, when he was pressured, he threw the ball high. He really wasn't very accurate when he was pressured. But you know what? After the first quarter, he wasn't pressured.
No, but let me tell you something. Did you not pay real close attention to what Coach Saban said coming off at halftime? He stopped short of admitting that they hadn't prepared for that defense. He said they're showing us different looks, and he stopped. Then he said, and we got to go in here and make adjustments. Well, what he meant to say was, we hadn't seen that before.
Exactly.
Hats off to Coach Venable at Clemson for designing that, and I can promise you guys, they didn't just put that in last week. They've been working on that since last spring on a different style of defense to show Alabama. And that's why they made the quarterback change, and that's why they did what they did, because they knew, basically, if you remember, they had a couple of close calls. They should have lost to Syracuse after Lawrence went out. And then, of course, they didn't beat A&M but by 2 points. A&M threw the ball, 425 yards on them. And then South Carolina threw it over 500 on them.
That really surprised me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still can't believe the red zone offense for Alabama. That was so poor. They're running the ball.
It was very poor.
Six yards a carry. Josh Jacobs couldn't be stopped in the Wildcat. Yeah. But they kept on trying to give the ball to Damian Harris on the goal line, and he's not the best back on the team.
That's very true. In fact,
very strange play calling to me.
It was very strange. I absolutely agree, and I'm sitting there screaming at the TV, want to know why. What the and then that ill-advised fake field goal was about as bad.
That was terrible.
I figured Kirby Smart had already called.
Well, I mean, what would you think your percentages were to fool them on a
fake field goal?
Yeah.
Or
throw on a 4th or 6. 4th
and
6.
You got Matt Jones trying to run it in, and he's 6'6" and 100 pounds.
Slow as Christmas, man. Hey, he needs to get on out of there. I can tell right now he's not going to ever play at Alabama, I don't think.
That's what we were talking about yesterday. Alabama's two of their best receivers.
Coffee, please.
Henry Ruggs and Jalen Waddle, and they barely even got. I think Ruggs had 1 catch, Waddle had 2.
That's right.
Two of the biggest playmakers on Alabama's offense.
No question about it. We're talking to Max Howell, and Max, now I hate to say this, but it's the truth. All those folks around you over there at Mississippi State and Ole Miss, and of course you're in the heart of Ole Miss, they wanted Alabama to lose, didn't they?
Well, basically they
even though they are SEC teams.
But the majority of them are SEC fans, and they kind of put that aside. But deep down, they wanted them to lose. Yeah. They really did. And I had half a dozen of them on the show with me yesterday, and certainly had a lot of different.
And they might be right. It might be good for college football. What do you think?
Well, I'd like to. I think what Clemson did, guys, and I think you'll agree, they showed that you can beat a team like Alabama, but it won't come easy. You got to recruit, you got to coach, you got to be in the right environment. And Dabo, and I'll go one more. If Dabo Swinney thinks he wants to take the Alabama job, I think he'd be foolish.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt he'd be out of his mind.
Hey, he's gonna win 3 or 4 national championships before Saban even decides.
With his quarterback coming back, he's gonna win maybe 2 in a row.
Yeah,
he could.
He's got his running back coming back. He's got.
I mean, they lose that great defensive front.
That's it. But you know what? Those front 4, that's it. The rest of the whole offensive line is back. The running back's back, and the quarterback's back, and all wide receivers are back. Now, what would you do? I mean, they gonna sit there and pick
Well, I tell you what, this kid.
And they play in the ACC.
Yeah.
On top of that.
And I tell you what.
Say this to me: how in the world did Mississippi State lose to Iowa? I mean, is Nick Fitzgerald going to go down as one of the worst throwing quarterbacks you've ever seen in that?
Well, I'm gonna throw part of it back on the coaching staff. They tried to do some stuff Moorhead is not adjusted.
Thank you,
He's
sir.
still trying to coach
Win
Penn
a deer
State
season now.
and the Mississippi guys. It won't work, guys. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
It won't work. There's a different clientele that lines up on that football field. The defense, what they gave up 150-yard scoring play to Iowa first time this year, they've given up anything over 20. It was just it's just, and a lot of Mississippi State fans are really questioning Mike right now. I'll tell you.
Will they be strong next year? I wouldn't think so. What is your
They're
feeling?
losing a lot.
Guys, they lose 20. They got to lose 20 seniors off
Oh,
that team.
gosh.
You tell me how.
You're exactly right.
I still can't believe how did Iowa score that many points against that defense?
Iowa wasn't bad now, Mike. They weren't bad.
They were only 8-4.
Yeah, but they were pretty good.
But their offense was only averaging scoring like, 10 or 12, maybe,
Yeah.
I think 17 maybe is the number I'm looking for.
Right.
But you're right, the offense has been very anemic. They haven't made a limit on their defensive side. But I'm going to say one more time, it was their game plan. Coach Moorhead came on TV the day before, and this is what in his interview, he said, well, we're going to Tampa, we're going to try to show up, but our kids are bored to death practicing for this. I'm thinking, first of all, why would you say that? And second is, it's your job.
You're exactly right.
To keep the boredom down.
And let me tell you this, and your fans are on a high and your players are not on a low. Is that right?
Exactly right.
All the fans are all excited about going to the bowl game, and these guys not ready to play.
Yeah. Well, and I'll be honest with you, I think as the season went on, they pretty well, the kids themselves, they weren't enamored by bringing in Joe Moorhead. I'll be honest with you. They still miss what Dan Mullen was able to do for them.
Exactly right.
And I think we saw the evidence in Florida what Dan's going to be able to do. And all I'll say here about Kirby Smart, he better hang on, because once Dan Mullen gets the level of talent that Georgia's got, Kirby Smart will be looking for another job.
That's what I was thinking about. Look for Florida to be the rising stone. No question about it. Florida gets the right guy, quarterback. No telling how good they could be.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Neil Brown and the hire to West Virginia? You think that's going to be a good fit? I mean, traditionally that's a pretty good job.
Oh, I think it's a great move for him. I really do. I'm Oberson, the way he's been there 7-8 years, I guess, and from everything I've read behind the scenes, he and the athletic director.
Yeah, a lot of people say that he was probably on his way out anyway. He's very fortunate that he was able to get the Houston job.
Yeah, and I think hadn't he been in Houston before though? I think he came.
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator under offense coordinator under Kevin Sutherland there.
Yeah, no question about it.
That's what I was thinking. I read that somewhere.
And of course
he had a conflict with the AD and the president, so I've read about more money in the program, doing a better job with support for the athletic department, and it was from everything I read, it was like constant conflict.
But Max, we thought we had dodged a bullet when the head coach at Cincinnati came into the picture, and he so-called was supposed to be personal friends with the president of West Virginia, and then they go back to Neil Brown. What happened there?
I have no idea on the politics inside, Mike. I've told you over and over and over, hiring a big-time Division I coach at that level, the political scene is unreal.
Yeah. I'll tell you something.
The difference is you don't ever know where those decisions come from.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
They come from within a group of either boosters or academicians on the academic side that you don't ever know who's got the personal ear and they have to make that decision.
And also,
Holgerson was making $3.8 million. Of course, Neil Brown's going to make $3.1 million.
That's why it got me that they gave Neil Brown a 6-year contract, and of course, a lot of it had to do with his agent. And he switched agents, and that might have been the smartest move he ever made.
Yeah, he went with Jimmy Sexton.
I put a pencil on that, guys. I believe it works out to about $200,000 a month raise he got.
Bless his heart.
You do.
$200,000 a month.
I mean, we're all happy for him. Everybody.
Yeah, I am too.
I know that. I know you are. And I am too. I really am.
But the thing is now, and I've talked to a couple of them.
Now you got to beat Oklahoma and Texas.
Well, I've talked to a couple of assistant coaches that they don't, or at least they claim they don't know what's going to happen and whether or not they're going. I know Neil's going to take several coaches from Troy which is going to
Big
definitely.
King, they announced that yesterday.
Who now? They did get Big King.
Yes.
Dick Coney.
Coning. I mean, Coning is definitely gone.
Well, that's what the note I got last night from a guy, my friend of mine that keeps up with him pretty close in Atlanta, told me that he was going with him for sure. And then I think he hired a co-offensive coordinator that had been with him before.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he brings Tony Franklin, who coached Jared Goff.
Yeah, I didn't see Tony's name in that list last night.
Yeah, he's a Tony. You're right. He's a Tony Franklin disciple.
Tony Franklin's at Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, no question.
I don't know if he'll make the move up or not. I would think that maybe he'd try to get him.
But if Troy could keep Matt Moore, I would love it. Boy, he is a great coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, what about, was it Chad Scott? Had he not been with him before?
Yeah, Chad Scott was his running back coach at.
Well, he's taking him.
All right, Chad Scott played running back at Kentucky, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, and then he left. He left Neal and went to North Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. That's right.
But of course,
anyway, he's going to be able to cherry pick around, I think, and get him a staff.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, though, guys, is recruiting. Where's he going to go to get?
Yeah.
The state of West Virginia doesn't produce just like Tennessee.
Well,
a few good kids come out, so he's got to go up the East Coast. So he's got to come south. He's got to reach out there and get the talent to be able to compete.
I would think that
a lot of players in Ohio. He'd probably go into Ohio a lot.
He could very well be, yes.
I would think that West Virginia I would say they had unlimited funds. When you think they can hire about whoever they want to, can't they?
Well, I don't know, Mike. I'm sure they do, but getting them to turn it loose is another thing. It's all about the philosophy of the administration.
That's right.
There's a lot of schools out there that's got a lot of money, but they won't spend it. They just don't. They don't put it. They have other. The board of trustees will have a different philosophy. Let's put it that way. At some schools, as opposed to others. And that's why you see some schools reach a level and never get above that.
But doesn't that surprise you? They give him a 6-year deal for $19 million. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, and could I?
19.1.
Yeah, read between the lines. It's 100% guaranteed the first two. Then it drops to 75 after 4. I think the last two is only 60% guaranteed if they fire him. And it was a pretty well structured contract. And I think we all know, regardless, they're not going to fire him after 2 anyway.
Now, Troy had a very small
West
buyout.
Virginia's kind of a basketball school. They got a legendary coach at Bob Huggins.
Yeah, they have. That's true. Very true. So, I'm sure Neal looked into all of that. I think it's a good move for him.
Oh, I do too. And
the level of school, I think he knows he can win. I don't think he'll go, win the conference tonight.
You better find him a quarterback. They better find him a quarterback. That's why it bothers me a little bit. He'll probably try to bring a couple of these quarterbacks from Troy with him.
Well, of course, they'll have to see it. If that's the case. I'd be surprised. He might go with junior college route first.
Or would you think he'd go the?
He's going to make a call to Tuscaloosa and get Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a great point.
Again, the new rule that you can go ahead and get one of these guys as long as he's graduated. You can get a guy that can come right in there right now and play. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. If he's already graduated, he's eligible.
Yeah.
Of course, then you got the Justin Fields situation, like at Georgia, going to Ohio State. He's got to apply for some kind of, I forget what the.
Yeah, to be able to not have to sit out.
Right, so he doesn't have to sit. Right.
Because he was not going to graduate.
Well, no, I mean, look, he's just a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only way that rule can affect you is to catch a guy like Jalen Hurt that's already graduated and got 1 year left on eligibility. He can go anywhere he wants to, can't he? And play right now.
Yeah, he didn't have to have a release or anything like that. Of course, Kenny Pint goes to Missouri.
Yeah.
We'll get a chance to see probably another one or two make a decision. And
you know the big Jackson kid from Buffalo that Troy played in the bowl game. He's transferred.
No, I didn't see that.
He is transferring, Mike. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that 6'7" quarterback Jackson. He's transferring out. So
I saw him play.
Well, you know what? Hey, he might go after him. That guy's pretty good.
thought he did a good job for him. I don't keep up a whole lot with it, with that level. But I watched the kid play that night, and it gets pretty doggone good, pretty athletic.
No question about it. 6'7", weighed about 230, and
you know a guy named Will Hall. He
very much so. I know Will personally. Yeah.
Will's in the mix for the Troy job. He's like offensive coordinator right now at Tulane.
Let me just tell you, but I've been knowing Will Hall since he played at North Alabama. He won the equivalent of the Heisman. He won the Harlan Hill
Award. Which is a huge honor, yeah.
North Alabama. His dad was a legendary coach at the state of Mississippi. They thought he was going to be the offensive coordinator at Ole Miss, and Matt Luke pulled the rug out from under him. He drug him along the way, and of course he was in Louisiana. Then he went to Memphis for a year. Then he went to Tulane. He's not called a snap at Tulane yet.
Yeah, you know him very well then. You really do. And he is a guy that's out there.
Candidate for Troy job.
Well, let me just tell you what he's got, though, guys. I'm going to say to you it's going to cost about $2 billion to get him out of that contract at Tulane.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Gosh.
Well, he just signed with Tulane 2 months ago.
Yeah, I know it, but I didn't know he was that kind of commodity.
He was the head coach of West Alabama, head coach of West Georgia.
That's right. He won the Division II championship and runner-up another year while he was there. So, I've been following Will since his first coaching job.
What do you think?
Do you think he's ready for a Division I job?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Guys, he's so intense. I'm telling you, he's got a whole different personality now. I'm going to tell you what Will Hall's personality is just like Nick Saban. I guarantee you, buddy, you tiptoe around, when he's around. He's a bright guy, but he's a control guy. Yeah. He wants control of everything that comes down the pike.
Hey, well, you know what? And of course, the great ones, that's what happens. Look at Saban.
Yeah, let me just tell you quickly, guys, about his coaching style. If you play an offensive line, you know every rule for every blocking rule for everybody on that offensive line. The quarterback knows the blocking rule for every position on the field.
Yeah, in out near linebacker. they still go by those blocking rules.
I'm just telling you, the guys. He's going to be a great coach. I don't think there's any doubt. And he's a little guy. He's probably 5'6" or 7. I tell you what, he looks just like Mike Turk. Looks exactly like.
And he won how many state championships at North Alabama as quarterback?
Two national championships in North
Alabama.
Two
national championships, yeah.
And so he's a big time player.
Yeah, I mean, look, the guy. He's got a great pedigree. He's a hard worker. He's bright, and he's moved up the ladder. I mean, you go back and check his resume. He's moved up the ladder just gradually. Yeah. He's ready for a head coach.
I know this. He's a real sharp guy. He puts a lot of starch in his collar.
I guarantee you does.
He's sharp now, let me tell you. But at the same time, though, if you like him, why can't you like Mike Turk at Huntington? I love Mike Turk.
Well, I think it's the background, Mike. I think it's the only thing that you have a concern, and that's where administrators. That's why a lot of small college coaches never get to the big league.
But don't you agree that Mike Turk, he coached 15 years at Troy and has been 10 years at Huntington. He's got the experience, wouldn't you think?
Well, who knows? Really, coaches today, because of the money, won't take a chance. They're very reluctant. The administrators are, and to hire somebody that hadn't been on the big stage.
Yeah, I got you.
Will Hall's only 37 years old. He'd be young and hungry.
You're right.
Yeah.
But now, at the same time, what do you think about Summerall, the kid?
All I know, he's been on the staff, and I'll be honest with you. He's not a.
He played at Kentucky.
Yeah, he's never even been a coordinator. I don't understand that.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a name. Very few people even know who he is. I don't know. I can't answer the question.
He was making $300,000 a year as a linebacker coach at Ole Miss.
You know what? I hate to say this, but that was by far the weakest position on that defense.
Well,
yeah, that's what I was
telling you. That's where Michael was saying
this week. I was like, who would want somebody from Ole Miss's defense?
Yeah, but he might not have been able to recruit him.
How about Florida State hiring Wesley McGriff?
I was shocked by that too.
All the way to the bank on that one.
All right, yeah. Another name that has popped up is the guy that was the offensive coordinator at Florida State that's from Ozark. Did his legendary
defense coordinator, Kelly.
Kelly, do you know much about him?
Yeah. Now, other than the fact he's been around a while, I'm trying to think.
You knew his daddy well. His daddy was out of Midland City.
Right. I remember
Ozark.
His name's Charles Kelly.
Charles Kelly, yeah. Charles Kelly. And I think, wasn't he Georgia Tech or somewhere like that at one time?
Yeah, he was at Florida State.
He's at Florida State. Now he's with Pruitt at Tennessee as his defense coordinator.
Yeah, defense coordinator for Pruitt.
Yeah. I remember the name, and again, I don't know about the credentials. My opinion, I think somebody new and fresh would either be, Will Hall or Chip Lindsey. To me, those are the young new faces.
Yeah.
I think that will be up.
I totally agree with that. I want an offensive coach coming in, just like Neil Brown. That's what I would like.
I agree.
And you know what, Max? And I want him to want to go to the top. I want him to be the type guy that wants to win and move on up and get a 6-year contract like Neil Brown got. Boy, oh boy, Neil Brown got a heck of a contract, didn't he?
Well, he did, and I'm proud for him, for he and his family.
He leaves a gated community here in Troy, a beautiful home in a gated community, to head to a place where money's not a real object at West Virginia, wouldn't you think?
Again, Mike, we don't know about that. I mean, I think all of it's yet to be determined. I think we can watch how flexible Neil is in hiring staff members. That's always a good indicator.
Yeah.
I know.
And now it's not just coaches. A lot of it has to do with support staff.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially their recruiting coordinators, awfully big.
Right. I'm just telling you how many people he have. How many can he put on a payroll?
That's right.
Staff. I mean, that's a major influence.
Well, they changed that role a few years ago where you can have a 10th assistant, and that's really helped a lot of coaching staffs.
Right.
And then at one time, now I could be wrong here, is I hear that your recruiting coordinator has to be a member of your regular staff. Now, is that true?
I think,
that it can't just be a non-coaching position.
Here's by title, yes, but that doesn't mean he does all the work.
Yeah.
Alabama's got 20 or 30 guys in an office that never puts his foot on the field, and they do. And then when the coaches get ready to hit the road, they present them with a package. Guys, here's what this is our evaluation. Of course, Coach Saban has to okay it all, but this is our evaluation. Here's where the players are. Here's where our chances are of getting them. I mean, that's all done starting when they're 9th and 10th graders.
Yeah.
And, of course, then you got the camp situation where you invite the personal invitation to camps, which basically has turned into a tryout at most universities now.
Yeah. Back to Ole Miss and them hiring Rodriguez. Of course, Rodriguez became famous as the offensive coordinator of Tulane that went undefeated under Tommy Bowden. You remember that team? And of course, he came from Clemson. I want to say he came from Clemson. Is that right? And then he went.
Tommy Bowden went to Clemson. He went.
Yeah, that's right. Tommy Bowden was at Tulane, and he was Tommy's offensive coordinator. And then he went with Tommy to Clemson and was there. And then the rest has been sort of history. But to me, I don't know if I would trust a guy like him if I was the head coach. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you this, in my opinion, that Matt Luke did not make that decision.
I was wondering about it, and I'm wondering if Rodriguez might be a coach in waiting. What do you think?
Well, but why?
I don't know. You're right. I don't know why, but
they've just come off. 3 years of probation. They just had their #1 prospect in the state of Mississippi decommit from them yesterday.
Oh no!
One running back in the state of Mississippi decommitted yesterday. And if in fact what you read about Rodriguez's style of offense, he's a spread offense with a running game. That's the worst thing Ole Miss has ever had. And their #1 guy they recruiting decommits because of that.
And we're talking about a guy that turned down the Alabama job. You remember that?
Oh, he was bought out, Mike.
I know, but you remember though when he did he?
No, exactly.
Of course, his wife had a lot to do with it, didn't she?
Well, his wife was listening to the Bomb Bomb show, is what they always claim.
Are you serious?
And didn't like the way they were talking about him and talking about her.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that something?
Better have a thick skin or win.
No question. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
He'll tell you one time, if you don't get it, you're out the door.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Max Howell on our line, and of course, Max, we appreciate you calling. And I know you're a busy man. Now, your radio broadcast is all over the place. When I told somebody the other day that you know what you were doing and that you had gone into the area that you're in now, that telling them that they had 80 radio stations and nobody was doing anything with talk radio, and now that's what you've done.
Yeah, we put ESPN
in the Tupelo area.
We covered Northeast Mississippi and Northwest Alabama. The closest sports talk station to about 120 miles from us. We're constantly changing programming right now, but basically in our market, the Tupelo market alone is 28 radio stations.
That is amazing.
And we've got really there's no sports talk between here and Memphis, which is about 110, 15 miles that way. And Florence, Alabama's got one ESPN station over there, and that's about 80 or 90 miles from us here. So we've got a really, really upscale market. And I'm constantly changing, evaluating. I've done a 12 to 2 show during football season.
Yeah.
But as I was saying just a moment ago, I'm going to come off of that. I've already got, I've changed my whole morning show. I'm adding an afternoon drive show.
That's
we do
great.
Time Bomb. We do ESPN overnight. And it's, I've gone to the management style now that I don't like too much. I tell you guys,
I understand.
Dealing with this many personalities on air and dealing with salespeople and all that, that's a whole different world.
No question about it. Now, Max,
I know do you still got Matt Wyatt working for you?
He's on. Yeah, we carry his show 10 to 12 every day.
I hear him a lot in Birmingham. He does a really good job.
Hey, you're talking, Max. You're talking to a star right now. I think Mike Amos is a star in this talk radio business.
I'm a star on Today in L.A.
Well, I tell you what, and Max will agree with me. I think you could be a star most anywhere.
But let me just tell you what's happened to the industry guys since I was in it. The money's not here anymore, Mike.
Yeah.
It used to be, when I went to Atlanta, I wouldn't even tell you how much.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, I know.
But it was big time in those days. But it's changed. All that has changed now. We've gone to podcasting and we've gone to all social media, and the competition's fierce out there for the advertising dollars. You got to love the industry. And I know I've heard Mike say before that he's got a young family and all he's got to make a living, and I don't blame him. It's a very interesting and intriguing. And Mike, you've been in it for a long time. It's a fun business.
Yeah.
You'll make a whole lot of money in there if you're just starting out.
Well, I understand. Max, of course.
Like when you're in Atlanta, as far as having to cover, the pro sports team like the Braves and the Falcons. Was it one of those?
Mike, we had access to it. Remember, we covered the Braves, the Falcons, the Hawks, and I was at the end when the Thrashers came on board. We dealt with Ted Turner and all the owners as they came and go. We had passes, press box passes. We had parking passes. We were the only sports talk show there.
But the problem was, you can't raise a family and be on talk radio in a place like Atlanta because you were working at 7 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, weren't you?
Absolutely. Many nights I didn't get home till 12 o'clock, and I had to be back on there at 6 in the morning.
And you were around hard liquor everywhere you went too, because I'm saying, Mike, most of the talk shows were in these big.
Like the CNN Center type stuff.
That's right, but also
that's where we started, right there on the first floor of the CNN building.
Yeah.
With 680, and of course, like I say, we had Ted Turner, and of course WWF was the second floor above us, if you remember.
Yeah.
And that's where I go in there in the morning at 6 o'clock to do a show, and all the wrestlers be coming in, and they stick their face in the window. I mean, it was a fun time. Of course, the first thing we had to do roll the homeless out of the way, get them moved on into the street so we could present our image out there to the public from the CNN building. But it was a fun time in the radio, and I wouldn't take anything for it. That company that we started with was Dickey Brothers Broadcasting. They turned into Cumulus when I stepped away 11 years after I started with them. They had 560 radio stations.
I noticed that Buck Ballou is now working on ESPN. I heard him this week. Buck
started off with us there, and I mean, he was a great addition.
Has he just joined ESPN, or has he been with them a while?
No, he's just like it's what they call a streamer.
Yeah.
They pick him up, and Buck does a good job. He's very, he's low key. He's not a he's not a very flashy guy. He's very technical oriented. He understands all the technology. A quick story about he and John Kincaid. They've moved around. They were afternoon drive. Then they moved to midday and all. Their personalities don't match very well off the air.
Yeah.
The guys, they've been together 19 years on that show. When they step on and they flip the switch on, you think they were the best of friends forever.
But I tell you something, Max, that everybody always says, you've always had great temperament. You very rarely have ever lost your cool. That's something about you. You're very graceful in the way you come across on the air.
Well, I think you have to cultivate that, Mike.
Because, I mean, there's people that'll really tee you off now. I mean, they get personal sometimes, these callers do, don't they?
They do. Oh, yeah, and they'll challenge you. If you make a statement, they'll challenge you on that. And that was one of my favorite sayings. I know when I was up here in Atlanta, I don't mind being challenged, but you better bring the facts, because I'm going to be prepared every day.
And you're exactly right.
Really got me to that, to the acceptance that I did. I was scared to death when I went to Atlanta radio, guys. I'll be the first to tell you. Because I didn't know that was a metropolitan market. That Atlanta was bigger than the city of Atlanta is more populated than the state of Alabama.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
And I knew we were going to have an audience. We had 12 phone lines, and when we sit down and flip the mic on, 99% of the time, 8 or 9 of those lines would light up.
No question.
So we didn't have to do a lot, but answer questions and kind of be the promoter of whatever topic that we were talking about.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. My line is open to you anytime. I hope you'll call in and talk to us. Of course,
are y'all still carrying the Cowboys because of Dak Prescott?
Oh yeah. Yeah, look, Dak has resurfaced as a major hero. Just a quick line. You talk about Neil's contract. They won the playoff game the other night. His agent came on one of the local shows over here. Somebody got a hold of him and said what that did is now put Dak Prescott in line. You ready? $100 million contract.
Oh gosh, man, oh man, that's amazing. Now you understand.
Him and Amari Cooper have gelled together pretty good.
What is this kid from Clemson? All right, now you've seen a lot of them, and let me tell you, the pros want a guy that's going to drop back and plant his feet and throw the ball down the field. This kid from Clemson, Max, is as good as I've seen in a long time.
No doubt. Yeah, I think he'd be obviously he might be the first guy picked in the draft this year.
I know, yeah.
And Devil and them done an outstanding job. They not only coached the kid, but they put good players around him. They put a good offensive front around him. They put great wide receivers.
Max, he's never lost a high school or a college game. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I saw that. So how come Georgia didn't get it?
I know it.
Cartersville, Georgia.
I know it.
They didn't get Deshaun Watson either out of Gainesville.
I know that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Exactly right. No question about it.
I mean, it's hard to believe that much talent is in the state of Georgia. It's unbelievable.
Well, guys, it's moved up. I think you got on numbers. They've surpassed Ohio in the state of Ohio as far as quality players.
Well, I'll say this. When I talk about Troy, Max, you understand it better than I do. Troy recruits the state of Georgia, the state of Florida, and strongly on the Panhandle, and the state of Alabama and the junior colleges in Mississippi. What better recruiting ground is there anywhere in the country than that right there?
I think Neil told me 4-hour drives. They want to stay within about a 4-hour drive. Except they'll go out and cherry pick. They'll go find a wide receiver or a speed guy down in South Florida or wherever they can. But you're right, Mike. That's an ideal recruiting. Now, competition's starting to build, though.
Oh, yeah, no question.
You got West Florida now coming on board. You got South Alabama. The new staff. They got a little competition in there, but Neil was able to establish that program and move ahead of those guys.
Max, before we go off there, the program that is down right now that somebody's got to do something about is Florida State. You've been a part of that program. And that was one of the winningest programs in the country for a long time. But they're on hard time, Max. They're on hard time.
They made a political choice in their last football coach that the job's too big for him. I'm going to just cut right through the argument about it. And in my opinion, he's not doing it. He's going to have 3 or 4 coaching changes. He's not doing anything to add street to that coaching staff. He'll be going after next year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's
but exactly.
And
I tell you what, that was crazy for me. He had just taken the Oregon job too.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Look at Oregon right now. Yeah,
talking about who? Oh yeah, Taggart. Yeah.
Cristobal's got Oregon. Probably, they got a outside shot to win the pack next year. If they do, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Exactly. Max, the 3 guys we talked about the Troy job, the Summerall kid, not a kid, great coach at Ole Miss, the Lindsey, Chip Lindsey, and this Hall kid, Hall man from coach from the Tulane. Who jumps out at you as being a good chemistry for Troy?
I think either Chip Lindsey or Will Hall. Summerall, I don't know anything about him. I mean,
Summerall was at Troy for 3 years before he went to Ole Miss.
And he's one of those, getting your lap type coaches. You know what I'm talking about?
But I'm just telling you, from a name, from a public standpoint, even from Ole Miss, nobody knows who he is, guys.
Yeah, it does nothing. That hire's not going to do anything for you.
Nothing, not one thing. Lindsey's at least made the headlines a few times, and he's been around in some programs, some big programs. And then Will Hall, I'm telling you, he's got first of all, he's got a playing background in the state of Alabama. That's first, from North Alabama. Second is he coached at West Alabama and took them to a national championship. And he's got all the credentials. And what's the interview? Out of the ones you mentioned, none of the other 2 will come close to interviewing as close as he does. I can tell you that right now.
So, and of course, he's one of those guys that believes he's the very best, and I like that. I like he believes he's the best.
Yeah. Oh, and no doubt about it. Like I told you before, he'll ruffle a few feathers along the way, but he has one thing in mind: is winning. He
has Saban type personality a little bit, doesn't he?
He absolutely does, and that's one of the things. He put the ultimatum on Matt Luke. Matt went over and got him. He brought him back. They interviewed, and Matt offered him the job. And this is the way we'll all handle it. He says, guys, I love this. I think this is the next step in my career. I'd like to have the contract by noon tomorrow. Well, at 2 o'clock that next morning, Matt said, well, we really like you. The job's yours, but I've been pressured to interview one more guy. Will Hall said, 12 o'clock, coach, or I'm out. Take my name out. They didn't get back to him. They took his name out.
Yeah. Well, this is a guy that a lot of people don't know, but at the same time, the real football people know him well, don't they?
Absolutely, they do. if you followed anything about the coaches that are doing it, I mean.
So right now your feeling is if it comes down between Lindsey and Hall, either one of them would be a good pick for Troy. Is that right?
Yeah, I think either one of those guys will do a really, really good job.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Memphis coach, Max, Mike Norvell? Are you surprised he's still there?
Yeah, he stayed. He just got a new contract. Here's the only thing about the way they recruit at Memphis. You got to go beyond. You got to look at the job within the job. The Memphis market, guys, I'm telling you, it's a dangerous market to be in. You can't do it legally. 99% of the kids that come out of there have been recruited illegally. And Norvell likes whatever it appears. He likes being there because he just re-upped his contract, signed an extension. And so that tells me off the top. Look, I was at Ole Miss almost 3 years, and Billy and I had so many comments. I was with Billy Brewer there. We had so many comments about Memphis. I quit going into Memphis, Steve.
Well, look what happened to Alabama. Look what Alabama.
Absolutely.
I saw a former Alabama coach the other day. If he hadn't gone through all that stuff in Memphis, he might have been at a big time college program somewhere today.
Yeah, I mean that's Ronnie Cottrell.
That's right.
Exactly right.
That's
right.
right.
See, Ronnie followed me at Florida State.
See, all he was doing was just doing what he was told to do.
Absolutely. I'm just telling you.
Exactly.
So anyway, bottom line is that's the quick story on Norvell. I mean, nothing like that surfaced publicly about him, but behind the scenes stuff that goes on, no.
No question.
He may move on, but if he moves on, it'll be as assistant coach somewhere.
Well, Max Howell, thank you so much for calling, and of course we hope to hear from you throughout the year at different intervals and talk football, man. Talk football. This is a football show.
I know, guys. I appreciate it. I love being on with you guys. I really do, Mike.
Well, hey, listen, the slot is open. Anytime you want to call in, we'd love to have you, man.
I got your number, and I will appear from time to time, I promise.
All right. Hey, one quick question. What's for dinner?
Mike, I'm still getting over New Year's right now. I did my traditional. I did the black eyed pea thing.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Collard greens. I did all that. I did the jalapeno cornbread. But I did another one a little bit. This is big time deer country. I had one of my groups. They killed 3 10 points in one morning.
Oh man!
About a week ago. So we stripped that off and did the back strap on there, and I took it and beat it out and made what I call kebabs out of it.
Oh boy!
And ripped it up, and I put jalapeno peppers, wrapped it in bacon. Of course, deer meat is so lean.
Yeah.
The way you find out when you put it on the grill, when the bacon gets a little crisp, but you're back in, thinking that it's ready to go. And the taste is just absolutely unbelievable. And of course, when I do that for those guys, their favorite always was to go with a big old pitcher of sweet iced tea, and I used to do garlic bread on the side. But their best one is Mississippi mud pie.
Exactly.
You've heard me say that before. That's a 3-layer chocolate. Guys, between each layer is chocolate syrup and pecans.
Yeah.
And then we top it off. It's warm from the oven. Top it off with a couple of scoops of vanilla.
Whoa, boy, no question about it. Max Howell calling in from Fulton, Mississippi. I'm gonna get with you before long. Now we're gonna get Jim Tompkins, me, and you. And we're gonna go to dinner and have a good time and talk about old days.
Call me anytime, Mike. I'd love it.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you, and of course, we appreciate you even more, ladies and gentlemen, and our sponsors. That we appreciate you so very much as we start another year of Today in LA. Hope you've enjoyed our show. See you see you tomorrow morning, bright and early for Today in LA. That's Laurel, Alabama, my friend.